how to deal with rude customers.
Physical locations, I always tell people the cheapest way to do it, if you're expense conscious, is
How do I find a problem to solve?
I honestly think out of everything, every idea, everything that we've seen so far, this one is probably one of my favorites.
Gummi.
Mike.
What's up, brother? It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks.
I know.
I was away.
I know.
I'm not saying where, but I was away.
Oh, you're not going to tell them you were at Firewoman.
No.
No.
I will not be I will not be saying that.
Okay.
I got so much hate mail last time.
I know.
No, but it was such a great time.
I actually was asked.
Amazing time.
I was asked, like,
were you?
Yeah, why does Mike go there? And I'm like, I don't know. It's a thing for him. Like, he enjoys it.
It's awesome. That's why. I know. Seriously, I had so much fun. I have so much fun out there. It's you know what it is, honestly, and people ask me that a lot. Like, you're an attorney, you do this, you do that. Why do you go out there?
Because I can.
No, it's not just because I can. It's like a week where I don't have to worry about 90% of life. Yeah, I just get to go out there and enjoy hanging out with people, building stuff, and
you just have to worry about staying alive.
Yes, worry about staying alive, which I do very well.
Yes,
yeah. Marine Corps taught me very well.
Good.
So, but no, what's been going on in your world, man?
Not much.
Yeah, how's business been?
It's business is good.
Yeah.
This is the time of year. School starting back up. Because of a lot of our clients are like smaller contractors and stuff, a lot of them take, I'm going to say, August and September. And
they take off, right?
It's not that they take off, but they're not prioritizing getting in new work or marketing, or they're doing the basics. They're taking their family vacations.
Yeah.
A lot of time kids are, it's that gap. Camp's over, school hasn't started. And I can tell you, so what? We're in the first week of September now.
Yep.
By next week or the following week, my phone is not going
to stop ringing.
Well,
I know.
That happens. It's going to start.
I remember that. That happens to us as well.
Yeah, June and July are normally like really slow for us. And probably a lot of that has to do with because I golf a lot in June and July.
I'm sure that has something to do with it.
That has something to do with it. So I may deliberately try to slow down the business a little bit.
Before we go on, this is the Start of the Scrapping podcast.
Oh yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah, we got to introduce ourselves, right? I'm Mike Tricanian,
and I'm Gummi,
and that's Gummi. And what we do is we take questions either live on the air on TikTok, or we go through Reddit. And we take questions from people that are looking to start a business or have a business and have questions about...
Or have a business idea.
That
they want to bounce off of someone.
That's right. And they just want, some advice on what to do about certain things. And we try to give them good advice or just advice?
Advice.
We
I'm
try to give them
I'm not
advice.
going to say it's good, bad, or indifferent. It's just advice.
It's just advice. But no, that particular topic though, the peaks and valleys, right?
Yeah.
That's something that a lot of new business owners don't know about. They don't know that that's coming.
Yes.
And to prepare for it. I mean, I don't care what business you're in. There's going to be a plateau where you have your steady customers, and then there's going to be a period of time where it just kind of falls off a little bit. Yeah. And if you're not prepared for that, you might have your income based on this right here, and then when it falls off, you can't pay yourself, or you can't pay yourself as much, and you're not financially ready for that.
I can, and almost every business owner can map out once they've been in business for a while.
Yeah, but a while is the key word. Correct. For new guys. They don't know that.
No, your first year, you're just like, what's happening? Like
your first year, you're just trying to rub two nickels together.
I have a client. He calls me freaking out. It's his second year in business, and he's like, something's not working. Like it's slow, and I'm like, it's June. He's like,
it's June.
And he goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, everyone in the home service industry is down in June. It's not that it's.
It is.
But it's down quite a bit,
yeah.
right? Like I'm like, you just got to plan for that. Like
you got graduations, you have vacations, you have people just all kinds of stuff.
He was freaking out, and so I'm like, look, give it 3 weeks, and if you're still slow, call me.
Right.
Yeah, the call never came.
Right. Because he wasn't slow after
right.
a few weeks. But and a lot of times those periods don't last very long.
No.
Right. Now, there are certain things like landscapers where, I mean, you have to know at least in this area, November to March, you're not doing anything.
Right.
Unless you have a different service like
Correct.
snow plowing
Like,
or something like that.
you're not doing any grass
Yeah,
cutting.
but you
You're
have
not
to know
doing
that
for
before you start the
correct.
business. And so almost like a Rita's water rights, you make all your money between April and October.
Well, because they're only open
Right.
April through October.
Right, that's what I'm saying though.
Right.
You have to know as the business owner
Yeah.
to like stash your money away because that's
And
you're
the-
not gonna be able to pay yourself in the
And
winter.
the thing is, oftentimes it's weird. Like, so I look at our print shop, for example, where we do the blueprints,
Yeah.
right? And I can map out, I can try to map out exactly when we're going to be slow, right?
Yep.
Like, I know the last week of November, right? That week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We're generally slow. Then the weird thing is, then you have Black Friday.
Right.
And we have had years where Black Friday, we literally showed up. My print people showed up, printed one print job worth $29 and went home 6 hours later. But then we have also had a Black Friday where it happened to fall on like a weird construction bid day. And we printed $9,000 worth, right? So it's very hit or miss. So we've now gotten to the point where we're like, okay, someone just needs to monitor it remotely. So you're kind of like on call
Right.
for Black Friday. We only schedule someone at the shop for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But if we get something in that's like urgent, need this before the weekend, someone will go in and get that job done.
Yeah.
But it freed up a lot of time. And now I pay someone just to be on call.
Yep.
And if a big job comes in, they go in, right?
Okay.
But it took us 4 years to figure that out.
Yeah,
because it was
again,
hit or miss.
it's, you know, that because 1 year it's one
Yes.
year is nothing, next year is a bunch,
Oh, yeah.
and you know it's hard to track that.
Yeah. And then like we also know traditionally a lot of, I think it's government contracts.
Yep.
Or government bids, they get issued September 1st.
Yep.
So
Fourth quarter.
So
Fourth quarter bidding season. I know.
So October is normally very busy for
Yep.
us because all of the bids are getting released through September, but a lot of those jobs aren't starting till next spring.
Right.
Right. But the guys still have to get things printed to bid it and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting how every business has ups and lows.
Yeah,
right?
every business has its highs and lows, especially like my business, for example. My business, well, the law practice, I would say, pretty through the holidays. I mean, if I get a single call between like December 15th and January 1st, I'll be lucky, right?
Same for us.
Yeah, it's completely well. But if you're retail, your phone's off the hook,
Correct.
right? So it all depends on the type of business that you're doing. So for you new guys out there that are starting up companies, try to figure out what the ebbs and flows are of your industry, because you might be relying on that, revenue coming in order to pay yourself from your business, not realizing that there's going to be a period in your company and you won't have nearly as much revenue, if any, coming in, and then you won't be able to pay yourself. So it's almost like what they used to do, or I think they do now with school teachers. They used to just pay the school teachers, I believe, at least in the Philadelphia area, the 9 months that they were working, and then they wouldn't pay them over the summer. And almost every school teacher would go broke over the summer because they didn't know how to financially plan. So now they pay them over a 12-month period.
Yes.
But it used to be you'd have to financially plan for those 3 months where you weren't getting a paycheck.
Yes.
So this is kind of the same thing. Plan accordingly, knowing that there's going to be ebbs and flows in your business. And it's usually predictable. It usually is predictable.
It somewhat is, yes.
Yeah.
Like
I'm in a slower period right now, and I'll be in this slower period through probably the middle to end of September. And then the fourth quarter is going to come and everyone's going to want to get ready for their first quarter projects. Yep. And I'm going to be getting nonstop calls until around the middle of December when everyone takes off.
Yeah. We're slow up until probably next week. Then the marketing side picks up. All the local businesses, all that stuff start reaching out to us. I still get the occasional call in November saying, hey, I'm trying to get in on the Christmas season. And I'm like, we did that back in June. Like that prep work started in June, not in November. Right. But then December 15th through January, through Christmas Day, a lot of times I get a lot of phone calls that week before the end of the year.
Yep.
A lot of people are reviewing their numbers and going, man, this isn't what I thought I'd be up more. And so we get the occasional call then. And that continues through, I'm going to say January. And then when people start preparing for tax season, we die down again. So like February is, And then March, April,
Because they don't
May.
know how much money they're going to
Correct.
have.
So, and then March, April, May, June, we start ramping back down. July, August are generally slow, and that's full cycle right
Yeah.
there. But we know like our margins in June versus our margins in October
Right.
are two totally different
Yeah.
animals.
But you know this, so you know how to prepare for it.
Correct.
So that's good advice for anyone who's just getting in, whether your business is a year old, brand new, 3 years old.
Right.
It's going to take some time to
Yeah.
learn when those peaks and valleys are.
And then
So,
there's other things that come into account. Like I can tell you every 4 years, right? During
election.
we know that month, the month before the election, everything's dead.
Yeah, because no one knows what's going to happen with the new
Correct.
administration, of
Correct.
course.
Whether it's the new or incoming or like whatever.
And as a business attorney, I have the same problem because no business knows if they're going to be spending money or not. Are they going to hold it or are they going to spend it? They don't know.
Everybody sits on their hands for 30 days, right? And just waits.
Yep. And then if it goes their way, it's a spending free for all.
But the thing is, like, I don't even think it's going their way. It's just as long as they know what it's going to be, they decide what they're going to spend on, right? And that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, we have a question.
Yes.
This is from Rock Gaming Lounge on TikTok, who says, "Hey guys, would love to hear if you have some marketing advice for physical location businesses." Absolutely.
Oh,
we do.
Yeah.
There are lots of it. Where to begin?
That's what we do. That's what
you do.
That's pretty much what we do.
Well, go ahead, run with it.
That and service-based businesses.
Yeah.
Physical locations. I always tell people the cheapest way to do it, if you're expense conscious, is pick a radius, whether it's 3 miles, 5 miles, 7 miles, and then own that. Right. So set up things like social media ads, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and just limit your ads to that radius, right? Go put out yard signs in that radius everywhere you can. Make sure you have your Google local service set up. Run ads.
That's huge, by the way.
That is
very important.
the biggest thing, right? Yeah. And then do SEO work only for that 5 or 7 mile radius, right? Like the idea is that you don't want someone to be able to turn around or think of your type of business without it being thinking of you, right? So for example, we use this same strategy for us. So like Chalfont, New Britain, Doylestown, we're looking at taking out billboards. We're looking at setting up lawn signs. We basically run social media ads only in that tiny radius. We run Google ads for a bigger, but for the local businesses that want to come see us, because we have an actual location as well, our goal is basically to dominate that. And I've even gotten to the point where you saw them. Here. Oh, I don't have one. The little cleaners, like the wipes for glasses and monitors and stuff.
I have one in my office.
We give that to the schools.
Okay.
To give to their students, because every student has a tablet.
Yeah. Very cool idea.
Or a touch screen, right? So we want to basically be the only name people think of in our backyard. When someone says marketing, no other name should come to mind,
right?
Whether they're in business or not, right?
Right.
And that's all created by constantly reinforcing the name in a small radius. And it costs very little to do that. People totally overestimate what that costs. It's not as expensive as people think.
Yeah. And the radius thing is important because some people will say, well, I just want to hit my local area. But you don't just want to hit your local area because people come through your local area. Think about people that commute and such, right? People that are driving somewhere to, like maybe they're 6 or 7 miles out from you, but they're driving through your area on a daily basis, especially if you're on a main highway or something. Right. So you do want to stretch that area out some too.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, to a certain extent, not too far.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing how we talked about this in a different episode, right? Like how I kept driving past that bakery and I finally discovered, and it's been there for like
forever,
since I moved in apparently, and now it's out of business and I just noticed it, right? Like but I'll guarantee you that bakery owner just assumed that everyone that drove by would see that there was a bakery there,
Right.
right? Like that's what happens. But depending on what type of business you're in, like I see he's asking whether I think EDDM is worth it, for example. So yes, EDDM is worth it for very specific businesses and very specific industries.
Explain EDDM.
Every door direct mail,
Yep.
where literally you go and deliver a bulk piece of mail that the mailman puts in every single mailbox on his route.
Right.
Which allows you to do very targeted advertising, right? So I'll give you an example of when we use it, and I think it's a brilliant use, is we have a guy that does paving. So he paves driveways. He also does seal coating. But the big thing for him is it's very expensive to move that equipment.
Sure.
Right? Like if he has to go from one neighborhood back to a shop and from a shop to a different neighborhood, that's a loss of a full day's worth of revenue, right? So when we know he has a customer with a paving job, we tell him, book it out as long as you think you can get away with. Whether it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, most people understand you can't come pave something tomorrow, right? Like, so whenever he can, he pushes it out. What we then tell him to do is when you're out there putting together the quote and all that stuff, ask the homeowner, can I put in a lawn sign that says, we'll be paving here soon? Right? And then just your logo. And then we hammer that development with two EDDMs, literally like 5 days apart, saying, hey, we're going to be in your neighborhood if you need us.
Right.
And inevitably, we get 1 or 2 more. So now he can bring his equipment in for 2 or 3 days and leave it in the development rather than leaving.
Okay.
So yes, EDDM is worth it for certain businesses. For this guy that has a gaming lounge, no, I don't think that is the right market. I would say TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, but limit the radius that you're advertising to. And you're probably only spending between $500 and $1,000 a month on the digital ads to dominate a 5 to 7 mile radius.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's not, you don't need a huge budget for it if you're doing it yourself.
Okay. So Rock Gaming Lounge, I hope that helps. If you have some follow-up questions, please feel free to post them on TikTok. We'll love to get you some more answers, but that's some good advice from Gummi. Thanks,
yeah, it's the basics, right?
Yeah, it is.
And then the thing is, when you expand, you don't go from 5 miles to 10 miles, right? Because that is a quadrupling of your service area, right? Like people don't realize, it's a 16-inch pizza twice as big as an 8-inch? No,
it's much more.
Yeah, it's
larger.
like 4 or 6 times bigger, right? Yeah. So then when you take your ads and you've been running them for a while, you just go in and you add another mile radius and then up your budget by 20%. Add another mile radius, up it again by 20%, right? So that's how you slowly expand it.
Cool.
Basics of location-based businesses.
Very cool. All right. So while we wait for some more questions on TikTok, let's get over to Reddit and see what's going on. If you want to help us grow our podcast to get the word out to other business owners that are looking for advice like this, hit that subscribe button. The more people that subscribe, the more people will see our video and the more information we can get out to other people. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and share with your friends as well. We are in the business ideas subreddit today. This one comes from Whistler_232, who says, how to deal with rude customers. Oh boy, do I have some ways. Our store opened a new branch in a very densely populated hood. The sales are just good, but here's the problem. 98% of our customers are just so rude and arrogant. I'm really trying my level best to be friendly and welcoming, but I can't understand what their problem is. How would you deal with such people? Well, I'm guessing did you say what kind of story? It's probably some type of retail outlet, I'm guessing, right? Our store opened a new branch. I mean, is branch the right? Is branch the right word?
My guess is it's not in the US. So
probably not in the US. Okay.
So I'm going to say yes, it's probably like a convenience store.
Probably convenient. That's what I'm thinking. Some type of convenience store. Honestly, for me, my answer would just be kill them with kindness. You keep doing you. You keep being the guy that goes out and is very friendly to people and, just make them leave there thinking, why was he so nice to me?
Yes.
And eventually they'll probably come around, I would say, as they get to know you more. Maybe you never know with people.
Yeah. I I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't get to respond to certain emails at my office anymore.
You're not allowed
I'm
to.
not allowed
You've
to.
been blocked.
Yeah, from by my staff. Yeah. So we had a lady the other day that I'll give you a perfect example. So she emails. We're only open till 3 o'clock on Fridays. So I take lunch from 12 to 1 on
Mhm.
Fridays, like
Yep.
I have for years. So she emails the shop at like 12:30 on a Friday. And when I got back at like a little bit after 1, it was super busy. We had a ton of stuff that had to get done before 3 o'clock.
Mhm.
So like orders that were meant to ship, we didn't focus on them, right? So it took me till Monday morning at like 9 a.m. to process her order. I emailed her back and said, hey, sorry, you know, we processed your order today. It should ship either today or tomorrow. And I get this scathing email back. Why did I placed this order on this date and blah, 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 blah. And because I can be obnoxious, I literally
You never.
I emailed her back and said, I apologize that it took us 4 hours and 27 minutes to process your order.
I love that. I
Right?
absolutely love that.
And then I added a little bit more, and then an email came back, and one of the ladies that works for me goes, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And I'm like, she's like, "Please don't respond to any more of these emails." I'm like, "But I wasn't wrong," because the lady was like, "I didn't email you towards the end of the day on Friday, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, you emailed us 2.5 hours before we closed,
Yeah.
and then it took me an hour after we opened on Monday to get your order processed." So it was literally like, it wasn't even 4.5, it was 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, this is where this mentality, I call it like the Amazon mentality, like
Right.
everything is
Instantly.
instant, right?
Instantly.
Like, but, and when people don't get what they think, the rudeness just comes out.
Yeah.
Like there's no, drives me
I
nuts.
just had the same problem a couple weeks ago. I had a new client, brand new, never even worked
Mhm.
with them before. They were nice people, and they were buying a business.
Okay.
And let's arbitrarily say they contacted me on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We made an agreement. They sent the documents over maybe Wednesday morning. On Friday, they contacted me and said, "Where is everything? We're closing on Monday." It's like, number one, no one told me we were closing on Monday, which that's really, really short period of time. But I don't just bring a client in and jump right on their work. I have other we have other things
Yeah,
that we're doing as well.
it has to go into the queue.
Yeah, it's got to go. There's other things that are being done. It's like, maybe if you would have told me it would have had to be done this quickly, maybe we could have worked something else out.
Right.
But, and they were a little upset when I didn't have it right away, but I wound up getting it to them. I wound up working like till midnight on Friday to get it to them.
Right.
But I was like, come on, man, you can't do that.
Well, yeah.
But you're right. It's that expectation. It's the
Mhm.
expectation of, I gave it to you yesterday. I should have it today.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have other people that you need to take care of as well, right?
Exactly. Right.
And but like I get it. Like we got to a point where so we set clear standards, right? If you send me something before noon today, it's going to get dealt with same day.
Yeah.
Right? Meaning before the end of day. If you send me something in the afternoon, it will be dealt with before noon tomorrow. Right? So we have basically like a 4 to 6 hour gap where
Right.
we take care of things for you.
Yep.
Right. So like if you email me on a Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we consider that any email that comes in after 4 is considered next morning.
Gotcha.
Right. Which means we have the entire day to take care of that as well. But we make that very clear to our clients here is like, so that you don't email me on a Friday at 2 o'clock thinking it's going to be done before the weekend, because chances are it will not, because we already have the next full day lined up with a couple of slots available that we can squeeze in last minute stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Because we're running a business, like it's processes and procedures.
Right.
So we can't just jump on some random thing that comes in. We do that, but I actually have specifically, and I have this conversation with clients, like if you call me today and you need it done today, it will be subject to a rush fee because I am probably going to have to push something else aside.
Right.
And now that project's going to be late.
Correct.
And it's amazing, like when you lay it out to people, that they actually understand it, right? They may not be happy about it when they get charged the rush fee, but we lay it out
So in
beforehand.
my experience in the past, when it came to things like rush fees,
Mhm.
it was like, sure, we can have that for you tomorrow, but it's going to cost 20% more. Oh, well, I don't need it by tomorrow.
Correct. But that's I tell people all the time, like, we train our customers,
Right. Yes, absolutely.
right?
Yes. Pay attention to this. Pay attention. No, seriously, go ahead. You're
So
absolutely right.
so we train our customers. Like that, it took me my first 2 years in business to realize, like, just because a customer emails me doesn't mean that I should get back to them right away, even though I could, right? Because when you have 5 customers, it's very easy to be super responsive
Right.
and answer the phones all the time and get back to their emails within minutes, right? When you have 50 customers, you can no longer operate at that speed for those
But they're going
customers
to expect that you do because you
because
did it before.
you set the expectation level. You trained the customer
Yeah.
to expect answers right away. So I have a rule that I do not respond to most emails unless, like, if there's an email chain going back and forth and I'm working on it actively.
Right.
If anyone sends me an email, I normally wait at least 2 hours before responding to it now,
Okay.
because I consider that a reasonable time for a current customer. Like, if I email you a question as my attorney, I am not expecting a response within 20 minutes, right? Like, if I get a response back the same day, great. If I get a response back the next day, that's okay, unless it's an emergency, but then I'm calling you and leaving you a voicemail saying, hey, Mike, I have an emergency.
Yeah.
Right. And I can't tell you the last time someone had a marketing emergency. Right. So,
Well, no, it's very true. So yeah, so Whistler 232 dealing with rude customers. Uh, By Text Blossom made a comment, says part of the job. To be honest, just ignore it and don't take it to heart. That's true.
yeah, don't take it
It,
personally.
it is what it is. You're going to come across rude customers, especially if you're in an area where everybody's kind of rude. You're going to get rude people in there. Just overwhelm them with kindness, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, just be you. You keep being
And
kind. Eventually,
it,
people will start coming around, I
correct.
think.
But it could also be just the area that you're in,
It could just be
that's
the area.
just what people are used
Yeah,
to.
and just
So,
accept it. But don't change who you are. Don't change who you are.
no,
Be the nice,
be
be the
you.
same nice person.
And if things get really bad, do you know what helps me
What's that?
dealing with, like, rude customers and stuff?
Oh no, I know you're going with this. Could it be Arizona iced tea?
Do you know what? Having an Arnold Palmer Arizona iced tea and a nice big cup of ice just seems to calm me down.
Does it?
Yes. So, like, dealing with rude or annoying customers, it's always nice to have one of these on hand.
From our non-sponsor?
From our non-sponsor, Arizona iced tea.
Okay, Arizona tea, listen, we've been
But
plugging you for months now. All Gummi wants is a couple of cases. Just please help him out.
but yes, this light version is delightful. I personally think the diet's even better.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, it has a soothing effect.
I wonder if they sell it in their store over there.
I don't know. Maybe they
Yeah,
should.
maybe Whistler sells it in the store. But yeah, Gummi loves his Arizona tea.
I do love my Arizona.
They'll love it even more if they actually sponsor the show at some point. All right, so best of luck to you, Whistler 232. Let us know how it goes. All right, Fun Stretch 1946 says, I built a super small tool for plumbers and electricians and accidentally got my first paying customer. Here's what surprised me. Hey folks, so I'm not some tech wizard or big startup founder. I just noticed my local electricians and plumbers were struggling with scheduling jobs and sending invoices. I put together a super simple tool to help them. Honestly, I wasn't sure anyone would even use it. Here's the funny part. I posted about it in the local neighborhood WhatsApp group. Within 24 hours, one electrician signed up and actually paid me, my first real customer. Congratulations.
Good job.
Congratulations. Here's what I learned. People don't care about a fancy website. They care if it saves them time. Yes. Yeah. Paperwork and late payments drive tradespeople crazy. Yes. One simple message is in the right place can get you more results than weeks of marketing. Yes. 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 You have to admit that. Now, it's not a replacement for, but you can get good results from it.
I tell people all the time, marketing is nothing more than the right message at the right opportunity.
Yeah.
That's
correct.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering, should I keep it local and serve just my city or try to expand to other places? Also, would you charge per person or per business? If anyone here has worked on a super specific niche project, I would love to hear your story, especially the messy parts. Makes me feel better about how scrappy this whole thing is.
Yes.
So you got a SaaS product. Cool.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's scrappy and it's local. So here's my advice
Yeah.
based on what he's
Yeah.
doing is the guys that are going to be most likely to sign up with you are going to be the sole proprietors
Yep.
that may have a guy working for them. So charge for the business, even
Yeah.
if it means you got to charge a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then just tell them, listen, you can have as many people on this platform as you want, and it'll never be more
Yeah.
than
Because
one
they'll
or
only have
two.
a couple
Correct.
anyway.
Correct.
Yeah.
And yes, start with your local community. Start with guys that you might actually be able to meet up with.
Yep.
Ask, like, the best way to develop products like this is if you can meet with the people that are using it.
Yeah.
See how they're interacting with the website or the app. Like, what is their workflow? Because you may have an idea of what it is in your head, and then when you get to go out with a plumber and see how he's actually using your software, you go, oh, that's not how I thought they'd be doing it at all, right?
Right.
And it can change how you develop it, right? And that's also an opportunity to figure out, do they need other features, right?
Right.
Like dumb stuff. Like I found out that there is a program out there that was specifically developed for like fireplace and chimney people,
Okay.
because I didn't realize they have to
Yeah.
document everything for insurance purposes. So they have to take pictures of your fireplace and your chimney, like all of it, right?
Yeah. And also be categorized,
Correct.
organized. Yeah.
And same thing, you may find out that you know, your local plumber or electrician would love the ability to take a picture, before and after picture, to send with the invoice.
Yeah.
Right. Like we found out, we have a guy that does a client I talk about occasionally, basement waterproofing.
Yep.
So we set them up with a CRM system, but the way that they price things doesn't work really well with the CRM system, because it's not a basement waterproofing, and then a unit price. They just give you a total price.
Right.
Right. So, but the way the CRM system works is you can't just plug in a price. You have to tie it to a service. So like $100 an hour times 144 hours, right? But he doesn't want the hours showing on the estimate. Right. So like it's little nuanced things that you find out when you actually start working with people and talking to them and seeing what they do. And that's going to give you a huge edge over anybody else in the industry, because most of them don't actually talk to their customers to see what they need.
Right.
They answer support tickets and go, oh, this would be a cool feature. And then they add it in the completely wrong place.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's all these little things. So yeah, do the scrappy marketing, go talk to the local guys, get a couple of beta testers in that you grandfather in at a per business price just to get it in use. And these tradespeople talk to each other all the time, right? Like they talk to each other.
Yep.
So if you do something and one guy raves about it, I'll guarantee you that the other guy that's annoyed with paperwork and late payments,
Oh yeah.
he'll sign up in a heartbeat.
As soon as he tells him about it, he's like, oh, I know how to solve that problem. I know how to solve that. Yeah. And that's the thing. Electricians will, of course, talk to other electricians, but they'll also talk to plumbers. They'll talk to roofers. They'll talk to window guys.
Oh yeah.
They'll talk to the whole gamut.
I mean, you go to any job site and there's more than an electrician.
And they all know each other.
Yes.
They've all been in the trades for a while. They all know each other. They're all friendly.
As someone that owns a blueprint shop, right? Like it's funny because I've literally had guys come in to pick up their prints and they're like, oh, Johnny's prints are here?
Yeah.
Do you want me to drop them off? His shop is next to mine.
Right.
And I'm like,
or I'm meeting him at another job right now.
And I'm like, sure. Right.
Yeah.
Like, and it's funny because that's when you realize how much they actually interact and talk to each other and stuff. So yeah, it's a great way to build a product like this, is start locally and then.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Start locally. Absolutely. Charge per business. Don't charge per person. You're not a sales force.
Then the next step I would recommend is expand statewide. And then once you are statewide.
So let's talk about that. All right. So we're in the Philadelphia area right now. We're in Bucks County, but anyone who knows Philadelphia, we're just north of Philadelphia. So we're still considered part of the Philadelphia, the tri-state area, as they say, Philadelphia, South Jersey, and Northern Delaware. Would you expand west to Harrisburg, or would you go to New Jersey and Delaware?
So for this type of stuff, I would expand west first.
Really?
Yes,
Because
because
Pittsburgh has very little to do with this area, whereas
yeah, but
Wilmington, Delaware, South Jersey, it's all the same people.
right, but there's all these different rules and regulations, right? So like my guy who's does basement waterproofing is also a plumber.
Okay, so you're talking about from the legal and
He can do
contractual
he can
standpoint.
do
Okay,
plumbing anywhere in Pennsylvania.
right.
He can't touch a faucet in New Jersey. But his website markets the waterproofing and the
I
plumbing.
got you.
If we get in water basement proofing, same thing. You have to have two different contractor license IDs. You have to have two of everything.
Yeah,
So build a system that works really well for the state you're in, where you understand the rules and regulations. What has to be on an invoice? What has to be in a contract?
yep,
Right? Nail that down for one state, because you're going to have to do it all over again for the next state.
yep.
And it's easier to just do one state, start getting an income from that, doing what you need to do for that state. And then when you are making enough money, then expand to the second state.
Yeah.
Then the third state. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So fun stretch, 1946. Hope that helps. Sounds pretty cool. I love the fact that you just kind of went and built something, said, "Hey, here's this," and people said,
yeah.
"Sure, why not?"
Yeah.
That's great. That's bigger businesses have been started that simply.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I had a guy call me a few months ago, and he's like, I want to build him and his brother were working on building a CRM system.
Mm.
And I asked him, who are you building it for? Right. And they go, oh, kind of like, it's a general one that everybody could use. And I'm like, please don't do that. They're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, build it for someone specific.
Yeah.
Like build it for physical therapists. Right. So one of the
right. Yeah.
one of the things that was unique about their system is it had a check-in feature.
Mm.
So I told him, like, so you're designing this system for someone that, like a massage therapist or a physical therapist that may be a solopreneur. They're in working with a client. So the person that's coming next can literally self-check in, right? So like you should be able to sense when they walk in the building based on geographic
Yeah.
data, and they can push check in, and then the massage therapist that's working on someone gets a notification that says, hey, Joe just checked in, right? So now Joe is out there already,
Right.
and you're not disrupting your session, right? And you also know you can't go way long on your
Yeah.
session because Joe
Right.
is now waiting. And I'm like, it's a brilliant CRM. It solves a very specific problem for a very specific market. I'm like, market to them.
Yeah.
Don't market to anybody else, right? Because there are so many, like you could even do solopreneur dentists. Like it's such a huge market. And they were like, well, we never thought of it in those terms. We just thought it was, let's just do it for everybody that needs check-in for something. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, you can't market it that way. It's just not going to work.
Right. No, absolutely.
So-
That's good. It's good advice because again, when you for those that was good advice. When you try to build something for the masses, number one, you're competing against who knows how many products that are already out there, and number
products that
two,
are better.
They're better. They're tested. They're
Yeah.
seasoned. They have users that you're not going to be able to compete against that for a while. And then number two, it probably doesn't solve everybody's problem. It probably solves a lot of little problems, but it doesn't solve like you said, like the what would not chiropractors,
Physical
physical
therapists,
or massage therapists specific
tarot
problems.
card readers.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
They all have their own individual issues.
Yes.
So no, it's good advice there as well. All right, fun stretch. Let us know how it went. Actually, send us the software. It'd be kind of cool to check it out.
So we are actually getting another question on TikTok too.
Yes, TikTok, go.
Here's the thing. I want to avoid replacing current CRMs. They already have 100 tools. I want to avoid competing with them. My market is $1 to $12 million blue collar services. Simple automation for blue collar. I've spent about 50 hours in it so far developing. Okay. So go look at.
Well, hold on. Read the question so everybody understands. You kind of mumbled through it.
Yeah. So that's kind of what he looks like. He's wanting to build an automation system for blue collar service businesses in the $1 to $12 million range.
All right.
So look at Service Titan, look at Service Master, look at Go High Level. That is three of the big ones that are competing in that exact space. So before I would build that, I would go talk to people that are in that specific industry, especially the $5 to $10 million businesses. Anybody that's doing $1 million plus is probably using some kind of CRM already. And if you're building it for that industry, you need to know what they need, right? Just like we were saying with this guy for the electricians and stuff, you need to know what it is that they actually need and what their workflows are. Until you do that, you are competing with places like ServiceMaster.
Right.
Oh, my tool is an add-on. I bring their CRMs and payment systems together, providing a dashboard. Yes. So
That's your plugin. Okay.
Yeah, but Service Titan, high level, ServiceMaster already do all that. They bring all the billing together. Yeah. So go look at those tools because they're already doing that. Like ServiceMaster, for example, they do all of their they schedule all their appointments, send all their follow-ups, the reminders that the tech is coming. The tech can put in the final prices, they can add the parts in, and then when the tech leave and I sign off on it, it automatically adds it up. I can either pay on site, they can swipe my card, or they can email me an invoice and then I
yeah. And we're not saying stop what you're doing, right? We're saying that go look at them, see what they're doing, incorporate some of the good features and the things that are missing, whatever it is that the additional stuff that you can solve, go solve those problems too.
Yeah. And a lot of these are not considered enterprise systems. Like Service Titan, Go High Level specifically not, but Go High Level will do all those things. So there's a bunch of them out there. Just do your homework on, go talk to someone in the actual industry and find out what they like, what they don't like.
Yeah.
And what they need before you spend a ton of time building.
Exactly. All right. Back to Reddit. Thank you for the question, by the way, on TikTok. Anybody else on TikTok? Remember, we're live, so feel free to ask your questions, and we'll try to get to them.
And I know it's hard to type all this stuff in.
It is. It can be, really. All right, this is from 4, which is F0000R. Renting metal detectors at the beach. Somehow I love this idea. For people who are dragged to the beach, don't particularly enjoy sitting under the sun or swimming. Each rental would come with 2 small bags, one to carry your trowel and sifter, and one to keep anything you find. Large deposit, then charge based on the hours you keep it. Adjust the charging ports on detectors, and then hopefully build a solar or wind-based recharging station. Well, you'll build solar before you build wind, I'll tell you that. Solar is easy. I just installed solar on an RV, and I'm not easy, but it's it's a heck of a lot easier than wind, and it's actually not that bad. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this is cool. I like this idea. I bet you there's people doing it already.
Probably.
But I really like this idea. I'm not a beach treasure hunter myself, but I see people out there do it all the time. One of the coolest things I saw recently, I think it was on either Facebook or TikTok. A woman was in the water, lost her engagement. They just proposed to her, and at the beach, and they went into the water. She had the ring on, and when she came out of the water, she didn't have the ring anymore. But they knew the general area where the ring was. Oh, yeah. And the guy, the fiance or newly fiance, ran over to a guy with a metal detector. Was like, "I really need your help. I'll give you anything." Blah blah blah. And the guy came over, the metal detector, found it in like 30 seconds, buried in the sand. He didn't charge him anything. It was just really cool.
So I just Googled
it was a nice ring too.
So there is it's actually a company called Ring Finder South Jersey.
Really? So that's what they do.
If you lose your wedding ring, engagement ring, based on the reviews, he's like, you can call them and they show up with a metal detector and they do it for you to find it.
That's fantastic.
It's kind of funny. Beach metal detectives, rent a metal detector.
But I do like the idea of, you know what, I'm at the beach, I'm not doing anything. Let me go treasure hunting. You'd be surprised at the stuff you find out there.
There is one in Jersey. Rent a metal detector.
There you go.
He has one review.
All right, so you leave a deposit. You get based on you're basically renting a piece of equipment.
Dude, here's the thing. Like, we pay for all kinds of stuff at the beach. Like, you rent a boat, you rent a jet ski.
Yeah,
you rent a wagon, you rent an umbrella. Like, if this would keep my kids entertained for a couple of hours.
I didn't even think about the kids. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Here, let me go rent a metal detector for $50 for 2 hours or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then I'll send my kids off. One can hold the metal detector, the other one can hold the bags.
Aren't
And
you afraid with what they'll come back with?
I don't care. Like, but they would check in every 20 minutes. Like, this would keep them entertained
So
for
seriously, oh,
hours.
you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and we drop money on kids like crazy.
Oh
Oh yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, here, go keep yourself entertained.
Yeah,
Here's
right.
a, here's
Instead
a
of a
metal
boogie board, here's a metal
here's a
detector.
metal detector.
We'll split anything you
But then
find.
you don't have to worry about them being in the ocean.
Right.
Like you can keep an eye on them, but
Yeah.
like, yes, I love this idea.
No, this is a pretty cool one. I like this.
Rentable metal detectors on the beach.
Seriously, it's a good idea.
Yes.
I'm curious with the there's one comment here from Singular Innovation. Hey there, renting out metal detectors could be an intriguing business for beachgoers who aren't big. Consider enhancing the experience with a
Yeah.
simple app where users can book their rentals and track charges, perhaps even integrating a map to popular find areas. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's like a treasure hunt. I
Yeah.
love it. For charging solutions, solar or wind stations sound innovative and eco-friendly and could serve as unique selling points. Engaging local tourism boards or hotels could also expand your. This
Oh
guy's
yeah.
great. Singular innovation. Beautiful, beautiful advice. I like that.
Yes.
I'm gonna give that a
And
thumbs
you
up. Actually.
literally all you would need are like rack carts
Yeah.
and go place them at every convenience store and
Oh,
7
seriously?
Eleven
Yeah.
and
Right.
Wawa and hotel and motel up
And
alongside
you know what
the
else you have?
beach.
The find of the week.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's
Seriously.
on your
It's on a
website.
$15,000
Correct.
engagement rate.
But like on your website, you
Yeah.
have like find of the week
Yeah.
or biggest find ever,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah, someone found a 40,000.
I mean, they do it with fish, right?
Yes.
The biggest fish caught this week or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
Oh,
Like, I
man.
like this.
This is a great idea.
I might do this.
You might do that. I know I would rent it.
Hey, we have friends that
Oh yeah.
have shore houses down on like Long Beach
Everywhere.
Island.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Like, how much does this need? A tent?
Yeah. A
Right?
tent and some metal detectors.
You need tent, a metal detector, a license,
Yeah.
and a kid that collects deposits
Yeah.
and collects and then puts them all in. Like you could fit this in the back of a van.
Yeah.
Like you can go get an old U-Haul and then park the U-Haul on
Right.
in a
At
parking
the
lot.
end
Yes.
at the end of the beach
Yeah,
road.
or
Yeah.
to talk to the beach and get to pull it on
Yeah.
like in the morning and remove it at night. Like
Yeah, get a permit for the beach.
everything is portable. And then you can mount the solar panels on top of the U-Haul.
Yep. That's where you
Like,
plug them into.
I love this idea.
Yeah, you're right. This would not take a lot to get started.
No, like
the permits would be the hardest thing.
Yes, the capital expense is like next to none.
Yeah.
It's a
well, I don't know how much radar detectors are.
but it's still next to none.
Probably need like 10 of them.
Yeah, how much are metal detectors?
I have no clue.
Now
Now I need to know.
I need to know.
All right, let's see. Buy. All right. Oh, they're not expensive at all. They're like a few $100.
Yeah, but yeah.
You want top of the line ones. You want really good ones.
So,
but even what are they going to be $500-$600 for a really good one?
Let's look up good beach metal detectors.
Top of the line.
Here we go. So between two and 300.
Yeah. No, 2,000 bucks.
You're not going to rent out something that expensive. So you can find like the
10,000. What the heck?
Yeah. So like you could go to Cabela's or Harbor Freight, right? And get something reasonable between $200 and $400 a piece, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you buy 10 of them at $299, you would probably get a discount for buying 10. Right? So $3,000.
Yep.
A used U-Haul, like a box truck, is probably what, 15 grand?
Not
10,
even,
15
probably
grand?
10 grand, probably 8 to 10.
$5,000 to wrap it.
Yep.
$2,000 for solar panels.
Yeah. Yeah, about that.
And then it's just filing for the paperwork and getting,
and then paying whoever is going to run it for you.
Correct.
Pay them, 10, 15
like
bucks an hour.
this is a sub 25K business idea.
Oh yeah, which you could have up and running in a day or two.
Right. As long as you can get the permits and the okay.
Oh, I'm excited for this. Oh my God. I want to know if you do this.
Because here's the
thing.
Where
you are located when you do.
Like you don't even have to get permits to be on the beach as long as you show up early enough in the morning with a good parking spot somewhere.
If you're doing any kind of commerce, you still need a permit. It doesn't have to be for the beach, but you will need a vendor license.
You'll need a business license, whatever,
absolutely.
right? Like, but like this is a brilliant idea. Like you could make a killing off it. You could make
a lot of money. Real money.
Like how much would you rent it for? Because I'm thinking at least $25 an hour.
I was gonna say 25, 30 an hour. I mean, what do they rent a jet ski for? A couple $100 an hour, right? Easy.
Yeah.
But it's a jet ski. It's different.
Correct.
Well, okay, let's back up. How about like surfboards, right? Or boogie boards. They rent those at like $10, $15 an hour.
Isn't it more than that?
I don't think so. I think it's like 10, 15 bucks an hour to rent them. Maybe more. Could be 30.
Okay. So I would expect to pay more for this because it's a piece of
So
equipment. It has to be
35, 40 bucks
charged.
an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you figure 40 bucks an hour, 50% usage rate,
Yeah.
right? So that's 4 being rented out every hour.
Yeah. So that's 160 bucks an hour
uh,
you're making, minus your costs of, let's say your costs are 25 an hour at the most,
to
right?
charge it
Yeah.
plus the
Plus the
employee.
employee, right? Plus all your overhead costs. So 25 bucks an hour.
And this
So
would
you're
be
making 135 an hour. For what?
for do nothing,
For what?
right?
For handing somebody a metal
Yes.
detector.
And
Your
a
hard
couple of
costs,
bags.
swapping them out, you're probably swapping them out a couple times a year.
I doubt you have to swap them
Well,
out
there's
a
going to
couple
be
times.
damage and things like that.
Correct. But let's say the average lasts 4 years. I would be surprised if a metal detector doesn't last at least 4 years.
Really? I
Yeah.
can't get a weed whacker to last 4 years.
What do you do to your weed whacker?
I don't know.
I've had the same weed whacker since I moved
Really?
in 5 years ago.
I have a Husqvarna. It got destroyed in like a year. It just stopped working. I don't know.
That is not a good sign for Husqvarna.
No, apparently not. No, they're top quality too. I don't know what happened. All right, so cool.
I like
I love
this.
this idea. I want to see it happen. Tell us where you're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, because it all depends on where you are. Like, this is franchisable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, this is
100%.
franchisable. This is, you can rinse and repeat this idea and have 10 trucks.
Yeah.
In certain areas like Jersey, this is great 4 to 5 months out of the year.
Yep.
You could run this 8 to 9 months in Florida. You could run it all year at Miami Beach.
Yep.
Like, I like this.
You seem so excited.
I'm calling my brother-in-law when we're done here because he just moved to West Palm Beach.
Oh, that's too funny.
Like, I would set this business up in West Palm Beach. That would be my test market.
West Palm Beach. Okay.
Right? It's right in between heavily tourist areas. Like, you have Miami just south of you, right? And Fort Myers?
Fort Myers.
Just north of you. So, like, you don't even have to go to the same beach all the time. You could go to Miami Beach this week.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then, like, go to Fort Myers the next
Feel
week.
like cousins of Maine just kind of show up in different places.
Like an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
no, that's a cool idea.
you could even get an old ice cream truck for that matter. Then you can have window and
that's
like,
true. Yeah, just sit right out the window.
Like, this.
Yes, one metal detector, please.
Yes. You could use an old food truck like anything.
Yeah.
You literally
That's a
just
cool
need
idea.
something that can hold, you don't even,
All right, we have time for one more.
Yeah.
Let's get to it because otherwise we'll keep talking about metal detectors the rest
But
of the show.
I like this. I honestly think out of everything, every idea, everything that we've seen so far, this one is probably one of my favorites.
Well, because it's so easy to do.
It is.
It's very easy to set
Yes.
up. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Think of it as a side business.
You're not gonna let this go.
No, like in this area, this could be a side business for teachers.
It could be a side business for anybody.
Yeah, but like, because they get summers off.
Yeah.
They could, if they have a house.
Oh, I got you.
Something
Yeah.
in Jersey. That's
Well,
literally.
Point Pleasant's an hour away. You could drive there.
You could.
It's not that far.
Okay, I'm done. I love this idea.
All right.
I love this
You're off
idea.
your soapbox? You're off your soapbox?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Last question of the day.
Call me. I'll help you franchise it.
Is from Low Location 4275, who says, "How do I find a problem to solve?" Hello there, fellow entrepreneurs. My name is Rakovi. I'm 18. I recently decided to be an entrepreneur and really want to know how I can find problems that I can solve. First off, before I go any further, 18 and he wants to be an entrepreneur. Love that. Congratulations. Good for you. Good for you, man. That's awesome.
And he's starting with finding a problem.
And he's starting with finding a problem.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Great. So far, great track.
Yes.
Let's see where this goes.
This looks promising.
Most people generally say what your problem is, that is your $1 billion ideas, right? But all my life, my only problem was and still is how to make money and live for a free and simple life. Okay, well, that's not solving a problem. I thought about learning video editing and starting marketing as a solo career, then take it to an agency specifically for e-commerce. But am I truly willing to do that? What if I want to change afterwards because I don't really like the problem I'm solving? And so on. Any help and advice would be great. Looking forward to community responses. So, Gummi, how do you find a problem?
You go out and you
talk to people.
Yes.
Networking,
So
networking.
Let me tell you, when you're 18, you don't really know about real problems yet most of the time, right? Like,
No.
And you haven't talked to enough people to actually understand what a real problem is, right?
Yeah.
And we've said this before. Not only does it have to be a problem, it has to be a problem that someone is willing to pay for the solution for. So the answer is go talk to more people to find out what problems multiple people have that they would be willing to pay for,
Right.
right? A great example of this is Optimus,
Okay.
right? That the
Yeah.
Tesla
Yeah. Yeah.
robot. Because I've had extensive conversations with someone else about this,
Okay.
right? And he was like, "Do you really think robots are going to be a thing?" And I started saying, "Okay, listen, I have 2 robots at home right now that just vacuum my floors."
Roomba. The Roombas.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not Roombas, but yeah.
Oh, similar.
Yeah. That vacuum my floors. I have a robot that vacuums my pool. I have a robot that mows my backyard.
Yeah.
If I could have a robot that did my dishes and did my laundry and mopped my floors and vacuumed the areas the other dumb robots can't get to, that is solving an actual problem,
Yeah.
right? So now the question is, how much would I be willing to pay for that? Okay, so my robots combined probably cost about $4,000 that I have at my house right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they only solve very, very basic things, right?
Right.
So if Optimus came out and it was $20,000, would doing my laundry, doing the dishes, mowing the lawn, vacuuming, cleaning my pool, if it could replace everything all my other robots do, plus solve some other things. Also, could it act as a security guard?
Yeah.
Would it allow me to have my kids come home from school and Optimus would be the oversight that made sure that my daughter made it home,
Right.
made sure that she made it in the door, would stand guard, was able to deal with emergencies. Is that now worth 20 grand?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's probably worth 30 grand at this point.
Right.
Right? Like now it's worth that of a car. If I want to go on vacation, can it let the dogs out and feed them while I'm gone? Right? Because
Yeah.
now that's worth more. Right? So the bigger of a problem you solve, the more the solution is worth. Right? So is video editing a problem? Not really. AI is going to be taking over that pretty quickly. So it's not a good problem to solve.
Not for maybe right this minute it is, but not long term.
Correct. I'm going to say within the next year, that humans are going to be doing what I call final touch editing.
Yeah.
They're not going to be doing all the rough editing and all that stuff. Like it's just not going to happen. So go talk to people about solving real problems and then build a skill set. At 18, you probably do not have a vast skill set, nor a very, very advanced skill set in anything yet, because most of us at 18 have not.
We haven't experienced enough.
Or we haven't worked at something long enough to understand and become experts at it, right? So yeah, go talk to people that are older than you. Go talk to business people. Go talk to
networking, man. That's why we talk about this all the time.
Go talk to Joe on the street, right? Like remember when I said just grab a clipboard and go stand on the corner in New York? And just ask people, hey, can I ask you a question? Like, what's a common problem you have that you would be willing to pay to solve? Right? And then just at the end of the day, which one was the most mentioned? Right? Like,
no, seriously.
And then go, hey, okay. Would people be willing to pay to solve this, right?
People only think that sounds ridiculous, but that's market research. That is a way of a cheap way of doing market research.
Then you take the top 3 problems, and the next day you go out and ask people, hey, would you be willing to pay for me to solve any of these 3 problems? Right? And whichever one has the most yeses, that's the problem you go and see if you can solve.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree.
You now have the foundation for a business that's focused around a problem.
Another like I said, we haven't really touched it on this episode, but on a lot of episodes we talk about networking and just how important that is. And for something like this, that's absolutely the key. Because even if you go out there for the first year and you network with people and you don't get a lot of problems to solve, so to speak, think about the connections you've made. Right, when you do finally solve that problem, all the people you'll be able to reach out to, all the people you'll be able to say, "Hey, remember me from X, Y, and Z?"
Yep.
It's worth its weight in gold. It really is. So networking would be a very big part of this.
Yeah.
Also go like we do on Reddit, right? Like we're doing right now. Go on Reddit. Look what people are posting. Look at the comments when people are posting things and see what people are saying.
I can tell you, we are using the agent, the GPT agent.
Yeah.
When we are doing keyword research now, we actually send the agent out to find out what people are talking about on Reddit and what phrasing they're using to search for specific things. Like you can use AI to help you like
Yeah.
diagnose
Right.
problems or find problems. So it's becoming easier than ever to do this type of research.
Right. Exactly.
Like it's crazy.
So, yeah. So low location. I mean, that's just some advice. There's 100 ways to do this. But that's some advice on how you could find problems to solve. But at the end of the day, it's either you're going to have to experience it, or you're going to have to talk to people who are having problems in
Yes.
order to solve those problems. It's not just going to come to you. So, but I would say at your age and with your experience, and I don't mean anything derogatory by this,
Oh, no.
you probably still have enough experience in the world right now, in the business world anyway, to really find any problems that need solving. Maybe you do, and I hope
No,
we'll see. But I would say go out and start talking to people. Go research, Facebook, Reddit. Look for people that are, say, looking for X.
Yes.
Right? That's a problem. If they're
Or
looking for something, it's a
Has
problem.
anyone else
Had
dealt
this
with
problem?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good indicator that there's more than one
Right.
person that has, and especially like look at the responses.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
all right. Best of luck to you. And wow, it's an hour already. Jeez.
No.
Time flies when you're having
So
fun.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Let's do actual feedback in real time.
Okay.
So you remember the thing that I handed out at yesterday?
Yeah. The
white
cloth.
stuff,
Yeah.
right?
I love it.
So, but you notice it didn't say anything on it
Well, it says Red Knight with a horse.
other than just the red knight,
Yeah.
right? So now when you go to our website,
Oh, cool. Very cool.
so
You're tying the marketing together, right?
So that's what we're going to be doing a lot
Yeah.
of, is handing out those types of things that don't have a message, just
Right.
a logo. And then when you go to our website, that's where the
That's cool.
message comes in.
I like it. That's a cool idea. I like that a
Thank
lot.
you.
Yeah. It ties everything together. It ties the marketing in, because when people see the cloth, for example, right, which looks just like the front of your website, that could be a one-off thing. But if you tie it back to the website and then they go to the website and they say, "Oh, this stuff's all tied together," it
Yes.
just shows more consistency in their
Consistency.
mind. Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. All right. With that, my friend, I guess that's it. So we'll
That was a quick hour.
it was a very
Are you
quick
sure
hour.
it was an hour?
It was an hour, man.
Doesn't feel like an
Look,
hour.
Here are the numbers. If you want to see them, here they are.
That was an hour and 2
An hour and
minutes.
2 minutes. It's crazy. What fast.
That was a
So Wednesday next week.
I believe that is the plan.
All right. So we're planning on being here Wednesday. I have
11:30?
class till 10:45, so I should be back here by 10:30 or 11:30. I mean, yeah, no. Math.
Yes.
I'm not mathing today.
It's complicated.
Yeah. I'm still 3 hours behind
I know.
technically.
I know.
So, all right, man. You have a great weekend, and
You
we'll
too.
talk next week.